Hello besties, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cayenne and this is Cayenne is Booked. And for those of you who are new here or need a little bit of a refresher, I don't really do well with traditional TBRs because I am such a mood reader. So every month, instead of putting out like a really strict TBR video, I just talk about books that like I'm hopeful that I can get to, that I hope I'm in the mood for. And then we kind of just see from there how many I actually get to. I had this really funny idea that I could go back and like look at all of my like July to December hopeful videos to see how many books I actually read off of them. But also too, I'm like, maybe we just leave it alone. I do know that like one book ended up on like 4 videos in a row until I finally read it. So that was kind of funny, but not at the same time. Anyway, we're going to start the month off strong with Playmaker by Avery Keelan. I've enjoyed every Avery Keelan I have read. The first one I read was Offside, which was Chase and Bailey. It was a thick book, but I read it in one sitting. So I also absolutely love Shutout as well, which is, I want to call him Tyler, but I could be totally wrong about that. But it's Chase's younger sister and then his goalie on his hockey team. So Playmaker actually follows Chase's child, Chase and Bailey's kid, and for their happily ever after. I can't remember if it's a hero. I'm pretty sure it's a hero. I'm pretty sure he had a boy. But I could be totally wrong about that. Anyway, I don't really care because Avery Keelan wrote it, and I'm a sucker for second generation books. So I'm reading it. Thank you for asking. Next up is going to be Empire of Desire by Rena Kent. I don't know much about this book. I want to say this is Sebastian from the Thorns, Red Thorns, Black Thorns duet, his uncle Nathaniel, but I could be totally wrong about that. I just know that it's the next book on the reading order list for Rena Kent, and I would like to continue doing my vlogs. So this will be the next book up to read. After that, I need to read Pucking Around by Emily Roth. Yes, this is the mammoth, like 700 plus page Why Choose hockey romance that everybody is talking about. Good, bad, ugly. So Jess chose it. December is her birthday month. Jess chose it for our December pick for The Good, the Bad, the Smutty, which is the book club her and I do together. And I'll link that in the comments below if you'd like to join us. So we'll be talking about Pucking Around. I am excited to read it. I have been meaning to read it. And having it as a book club pick is kind of just like the shove that I needed to pick up such a big book. So we're reading that one, and then the one that we're going to be reading for January, because we try not to mess with the holidays, and because they were on Mondays, like there was just a weird year. So we always combine December and January because it's just easier for people's schedules. But the one we'll be doing in January is Vicious Bonds by Shanora Williams. I know this is going to be, what do you call it? I know it's going to be a trilogy. I have read Shanora Williams before. We read The Coach like a year and a half ago for our book club. And I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed her writing. And I have been wanting to read more of her backlist. So I'm excited about this one. This follows Willow and Kaz. And it looks like mafia-ish vibes. Well, obviously because bullets. But I can't tell if it's enemies to lovers. Not sure what's going on. But the blurb ends with, do I risk staying with her and putting her life at constant risk, or do I sacrifice the one thing that brings me happiness and let her go? So I guess we're going to find out. So Vicious Bonds. Up also as well is going to be Payback and Death by J.D. Robb. So this is book 62 in the series, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm all caught up at this point, and this book came out in September. But since 2020, I've started my reading, like my reading year, with an in-depth book, if you will. And I didn't want to end the trend. So I saved Payback and Death to be my first read of 2024. I'm very excited for it. I love being with Eve and Rorik, who are the 2 main characters that we follow in this series. And I'm very interested to see like what type of adventure we're going to be going on when it comes to the crime that Eve is going to be solving. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm predicting it's probably going to be a 5 stars because that's how much I love this series, but we'll see. Next up is going to be What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler. So I've been talking a lot about how I want to read QB Tyler because I've only ever read her I don't even know the name of it, but it's the novellas, like first semester, second. It's that little novella series. So I've never read like one of her full-length novels before. This is gonna be for a vlog. It probably won't come out in January, but I'm gonna be reading it. And I was like, okay, let me just throw it on my list. I hear this one, Jess actually got me this for Christmas, and it has Daddy Kink, bondage, all this like the hot and steamy stuff that QB is known for. And I see like nothing but good things about her, like as a person, but also her as an author. So she's definitely one on my list this year that I want to explore more of. So What Was Meant to Be is another one on the list. So, and if you've watched, actually, no, I wouldn't have put it up yet, but I'm putting up my 24 in 2024 challenge video. And I announced in that video, and I'm announcing here as well, that I'm going to be reading a select number of nominees from the Goodreads Romantasy list for 2023. I was really intrigued that the category got added this year, and I've already read Fourth Wing, so like that's one checked off. And then I'm going to do a video about how I made the decisions that I made. But just know that there will be some that don't get picked because I'm not reading the entire category. I really just went in, read the synopsis, and if I liked it, that's what I'm reading. So I got a little carried away, put a lot of them on hold at the library. So Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco is one of them that I'll be reading. I don't know too much about this. All I know is that it's really popular. I've seen a lot of people picking it up. I know that Olivia at Olivia Reads a Latte started reading this in a video as well, because she actually she read the romantasy category as well. So it's interesting to see her thoughts on it. And I believe she's read Kingdom of the Wicked as well, which is like another series that leads into this. I'm not really sure. All I know is I've seen like the hot pink cover copy of this book, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of months. So I popped it on the TBR. It is kind of chunky. I didn't look at how many pages any of these books were. Like when I tell you I just dove in, like I just dove into this idea. And I don't even know when I'm going to get the video out, because as you guys know, like I'm a mood reader. So I'm kind of starting it late, but also too, like I like to just go with the flow on my channel. So if this doesn't get out till February, it doesn't get out till February. So Throne of the Fallen. And then the final book I want to read in January is going to be Crown of Midnight in the Throne of Glass series. I am loving being back in this world. You guys know that I adore all of Sarah J. Maas's books, but like there is just a special place in my heart for this series. And like people talk about the Roman Empire, and this really is my Roman Empire. Like I could talk about the series and talk about theories and just the sheer intricacies of it, and how like scenes that I love, and like the character development. There's just so much that I love about this series, and I am just having the best time being back in the world and being with these characters again. So Crown of Midnight for sure. I do want to put a disclaimer on this video. My sister is getting married in the month of January. Her wedding date is going to be January 20th, 2024. I am the Maid of Honor. I'm so excited. Literally it's going to be the best. But I didn't do a big January hopefuls because we've got the bachelorette party to do that month, and we have the wedding. So it's like 2 weekends that are immediately like X'd out, because obviously I'm going to be busy. So that's why my hopefuls list looks a little bit smaller this month. But it's absolutely for like such an amazing reason. And I honestly can't wait to stand by her as she marries the love of her life. I'm so excited. So on that note, thank you so much for watching my January 2024 hopefuls. I hope literally for all of us that 2024 is going to be a year that we can look back on and be happy about. I'm really just looking for the happiness this year. I'm really just kind of, you know, like really wanting to be positive. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but like I struggled in 2023. So I'm really looking to 2024 and kind of like resetting and like really focusing more on like the positives in my life and just leaving the negatives, or trying to, because you know, my brain does weird things. So my wish to you and my wish in this hopefuls video is that we all have a 2024 that we can be excited about. And with that being said, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber on my channel and a commenter on my videos. And as always, I hope you're having a wonderful day no matter where you are in the world, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye.